How are you doing today?
I'm good, how are you?
Good. Thank you very much for meeting with me. I know you're very busy and I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to meet with me.
Yeah, no problem.
Do you mind if I sit here?
Yep.
Awesome, thank you. So mind if I take out some notes real quick, just from the stuff from last week as well. I know I took to Steph and obviously she came to you. So once again, really want to make sure that, I'm really thankful for you meeting with me today. I really appreciate it. I know you're very busy. Do 15 minutes still work well with you?
Yes.
Awesome, fantastic. So I talked to Steph a little bit about your trip to Beijing, if you don't mind me asking, how'd it go?
It's pretty interesting. Got a lot of things going on there, so just a lot of work down there.
Okay, interesting.
Pretty fun.
Yeah, I totally understand. As far as, I know I spoke to Steph for a while the other day. She seemed relatively interested in a couple of the products. And she came back to you, and I just kind of want to know, what made you want to take this meeting with Syntrex today?
So when I was over in China, I was talking to some people down there, and they all have access on their phones, and they're able to use their own personal devices, which we don't really have. So I was interested in hearing more about that kind of thing.
Okay, definitely, yeah. I mean, we can definitely discuss that a lot today, as well as, getting further into your business and that way I can understand it, make sure that, we can service you guys and make sure this match, definitely works out as far as the business side of things goes. So I'm just kind of going to be double checking. I have a couple questions if that's all right by your company. Do you mind if I take some notes as well?
Yeah, totally.
Fantastic. So as far as this goes, just going down the road, if you do like what we talk about today, are you going to have the final say on Syntrex, or is there someone else that's going to be, deciding?
Actually, our chief operating officer would have to be involved. Her name's Quinn.
Okay. All right, fantastic. So last week, like I said, I talked to Steph a couple times. I already said that.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Yeah, what's up?
How old are you?
I'm actually 23 years old. I've been doing this for 2 years, answering with Syntrex before that as well.
Okay.
If you don't mind me asking, is that okay?
Yeah, we would just like to know who I'm working with and kind of if they're credible to have.
Yeah, I totally understand. Syntrex has been around for about 30 years. We're a very qualified company. As far as me personally goes, I have a couple companies that I have some referrals for you. If you'd like to take a look later, I strongly encourage it. And maybe even reaching out to them might benefit you as far as better understanding, what our product does for companies that are similar to you as well. So I can give that to you at the end if that answers your problem.
Okay, thank you.
Excellent. So last week, Steph told me that you oversaw about 3 teams of about 6 to 8 people each. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, interesting. And she also says that there were a couple other offices in the U.S. Do you know how many there were exactly?
I have 3 teams. I think 3 teams that I work.
Okay, so
the same.
all right, cool. So there's like 3 offices that are like yours.
Yeah.
All right, interesting. Thanks. And as far as your specific company goes, I know that you guys have a lot of data running through your systems right now, and based on what Steph is saying, it sounds like it's all has to be done on location.
Mm-hmm.
If you mind me asking, does your company utilize any virtual apps that you can use outside of the house, or is it only desktops?
Right now we can only access our laptops within the office, so we can't really do work when we're outside or at our homes, things like that.
Okay. And as far as some of the personal business, like their time cards, we were discussing that a little bit briefly before. How many hours do you think your employees spend on those kind of personal business?
Yeah, each employee spends about like 2 to 3 hours a week working on those, which they can only do inside the office.
Okay, and as far as the software goes that you use for those time cards and finances and those kind of situations, can you tell me a little bit about the software that you're currently using for that process?
Currently, it's just on our desktop, so we can only access it when we're in the office, and we have to individually fill out each time card for every single worker that we have.
Okay. So 2 to 3 hours, I'm sure, sometimes builds up on you guys a little bit and kind of get in the way, I'm sure.
Definitely.
As far as, I have an IT question. I know that you oversee the IT team as well. I know Steph wasn't really sure when I asked this question, so I'm definitely intrigued on the answer. How does your IT team, I know with the software like the one you just described, you guys have to probably update that relatively often. How does your IT team go around handling those updates and downloads for that software?
Yeah, every time we have to update like an employee's laptop or something, they have to bring it in to IT and they have to leave it for a day. So during that time they can't really do anything, and it takes a day for them to update all of their apps.
Okay, so I mean, what kind of effect does turning in the reps go for, like, if they're gone for an entire day? What kind of effect does it have on your business and your customers and everything?
Yeah, it actually is. It takes up like 5% of our productivity just updating them.
Okay. And I'm sure, if customers need to get in contact with your reps, are they able to, or is it not really possible?
No, they're not able
Okay.
to contact them.
All right, interesting. As far as, you mentioned before 2 to 3 hours a week, based on their time cards and finances and personal data like that. How else could they be spending those 2 to 3 hours? Are you guys missing out on certain business, or how's that working?
Yeah, if we had that time, we'd definitely be able to focus on our projects more and probably increase customer satisfaction.
Okay. If you don't mind me asking, if we could somehow connect you and your employees while they're out of offsite, to network remotely from wherever they are, like right where they are, how much time would that save your team when completing these time cards?
It would save them that 2 to 3 hours a week.
Okay.
They'd be able to do it probably in like 10, 15 minutes.
Oh, fantastic. So if you think, you save all that time you just mentioned, what impact would that have on your business financially?
Oh, we would definitely save a lot of money because our reps would be more productive. We wouldn't be paying them to just fill out time cards.
Right. Do you think that there are, as far as what does your average 2 to 3 hours, what do you think that'll add for each rep as far as sales go, or
probably like about $1,000 per rep because they'd be
Okay.
able to get another sale.
Wow, so $1,000 per rep per week is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Wow, okay. And so as far as cutting down these 2 to 3 hours, would you agree that eliminating that issue and eliminating that one day needed for updates as well, it could really impact your business on a positive standpoint?
Definitely, yeah.
Fantastic. And what if I told you that we can definitely connect all your reps outside of the office remotely while maintaining an elite level of security? No matter where you are, what you're doing, you can always get on the platform. Is that something you're interested in?
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
All right, awesome. Well, Kylie, there's definitely a couple of solutions that we have here at Syntrax that I think can really benefit what your problems currently are. It sounds like the things that you're really interested in are getting your employees able to get on the platform remotely. Is that true?
Yeah. So we
All right.
definitely do that.
So you said like the most thing that you value right now is getting your employees remotely onto this.
Yeah.
All right, so Syntrax provides a bunch of secure remote access to employees and companies all over the world. So we're dealing with a lot of companies, like you just said. You guys are also in China or the US. We have companies that also do worldwide sales as well. And through physical laptops or our secure virtual apps, we can get your entire company connected to the network no matter where you are or what you're doing. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is our Syntrax virtual apps. So it sounds like what you're saying before, getting remotely onto the platform is really important to you guys, and 2 to 3 hours saving or adding on $1,000 per rep really adds up. I definitely think there are a couple different ways we can help you guys out with that, and the virtual app is the first one I want to talk about. So our virtual apps are going to actually allow you guys to get freedom to work from anywhere. Deliver Windows, Linux, web, and SAS applications from anywhere, Skype for business, and effective use of Microsoft Azure. If we can get these set up, you could be saving, based on if my math is correct, it sounds like nearly $3 million of business amongst just your US companies alone.
Mm-hmm.
So if each rep is 1,000, 20 reps per place, over the course of the year, it's a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
And I know for a fact you probably don't want to be leaving that money on the table either. Is that fair?
Yeah.
So these apps, in addition to that, are extremely secure. We know that you guys are going to be dealing with finances and time cards. It's very sensitive information, and our IT and tech teams really make sure that these applications are extremely secure. You're not going to need to worry about being hacked or any other companies being able to get in. So is that something that you might be interested in?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, great. And the other thing I want to talk to you about is the Syntrax desktop. So I know that you said that your specific firm mostly only has the desktops right now, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. So we have a product that I think might be useful for you guys as well. That could be updating your current desktops, so that way it's easier to get rid of that 1 hour that you were discussing. 1 day a month that you were discussing. So the reason that this is really important is the cost savings here. Resources can be shared and allocated on an as-needed basis. So the second you have an update, or the second you have a download, it's all centralized and it is able to send out to all your employees without them actually having to come in and get it updated on their laptops. So do you see how that could maybe be beneficial to your company?
Yeah, definitely.
Fantastic. In addition to that, it's a more effective use of your energy and your resources, and improved data integrity because backup is all centralized. If you have a problem or if you want to send out an update, you can immediately do it and have your IT team do it like that. We've seen this work really well with a bunch of other companies like your own, and I really think that that 1 day, cutting out that 1 day, will show that 5% you guys can get that 5% back. As well as with the virtual apps, I think the 2-3 hours can be cut down to 15 minutes. Do you have any questions or concerns about the products?
Well, you mentioned your product is secure. So we were wondering if we could pay some extra to maybe get some of the backdoor codes for some other companies and kind of see some competitive data.
Okay, so you're essentially asking, you would like to maybe get some data for the current companies that we have on our site?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, so unfortunately, because our system is so secure and we're dealing with such sensitive data, we don't allow us to sell out the product, especially because we're also dealing with a combination of such a small business and big business. Ethically, it doesn't really seem proper that we should be able to sell it to certain companies while not everybody. So because of that, we unfortunately are not going to be able to sell you guys our backup data. Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
All right, very good. As far as next steps go, it sounds like you're pretty interested in the product. Do you want to move on from here? How do you feel about maybe setting up a meeting with Quinn as far as talking a little bit more about the virtual apps in your own company as well as maybe the China one as well?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure. That'd be good.
Okay, fantastic. Would maybe Thursday or Friday work well for you?
Yeah, Thursday would work.
Okay, Thursday, same time?
Yeah.
All right, excellent. Before we leave, I also just want to give you some homework essentially. I just kind of wanted to give you all the information that we talked about today, all the numbers on it. The proposal is going to be on here as well, of the pricing of the situation, as well as all the referrals that I spoke about earlier. I know you were worried a little bit about having a qualified individual working with you guys. Like I said before, I highly encourage you reaching out to some of these companies, and they'll give you a pretty good understanding of what we're going to be able to do for your company as well moving forward.
Okay.
All right, fantastic. Well, Kylie, I really appreciate it. Here's some of the information. I'll also be emailing you one of those as well, just so that might be easier for you to forward over to Quinn if that's what works out. Yeah, thank you very much for meeting with me today.
Yeah.
How we going?
You too. Try not to.
Cool. That actually works.